Haro prees to one and all. How are we doing today, guys? We got a double header here today. Basically what I did was I went and I made this UU team. It's not really a team. It's basically 5 offensive dudes and a Gigalith. And what I really wanted to do was just have a really offensively based UU team, mainly centering around the 3 priority users, going Azumarill, Hitmonchan, and Arcanine. But I also decided to throw Ninjask onto there because I decided I want to make a choice banded Ninjask, and I thought choice banded Ninjask would be kind of cool, so I threw that on there. That thing's fast, hits pretty hard, and of course Life Orb Nidoking is a real powerful hitter in UU. So I took those 5 offensive dudes, put a Gigalith on there just for Stealth Rock support, and was like, I'll just roll with this. I'll have a few Smogon games, go on a Smogon, have a couple of games, and see how it does, see if it can actually stand up to a standard team with walls and such. But we'll see how it goes. 2 games here, and it's offensive, so it's going to be pretty quick, not too much blah 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 going on, so not too much crap in the, shut up, dude, and get to the game. Anyway, Ambipom lead. He predicts me to predict his low kick, and therefore goes for the pursuit, predicting me to switch. But clearly, I have Sturdy. I want to get rocks up, which is why I stay and get them up. And then he low kicks me on the following turn, which I know I can live because it's an Ambipom and it's unstabbed. But he crits me, so that's pretty bad. But it's okay, I have the fucking man. Go to the fucking man, and let me tell you, I love CB Ninjask. This thing's awesome. It really is great. It's been working out pretty well in this team, and I do like using the thing. So I'm gonna one-shot the Ambipom with a U-turn, go straight out to Nidoking to directly threaten him, and in comes a Milotic, and I'm thinking, why would you bring this in? Maybe because you think you can live a hit and then kill me with the Scald, but that's not going to happen because Scald is, from a defensive Milotic, is definitely not going to be able to kill anything just because of lack of special attack investment and, it generally being a not very powerful move, even though it is super effective. But I take it with Nidoking, going to throw an Earth Power in its face, and it is going to go down. Just went for the Earth Power there on the off chance that he wanted to predict my Thunderbolt again and go out to something to either resist it or just take it better than Milotic would generally. So in comes Hitmontop. I'm not really sure what it wants to do. I don't know if it's going to be a Rapid Spin support set or a Life Orb offensive set. Turns out to be Life Orb offensive, fake outs me, and something that I do not want to take, but I had to just because I really didn't have anything to switch to. If Gigalith was still alive, I would have used that as death fodder there, but whatever, didn't happen, so there you go. Anyway, I go to Ninjask here, go for the Aerial Ace on the Hitmontop as he switches to Arcanine, gets the Intimidate off on me, which is it means it's not going to do a lot to me. Now, the thing here was I was predicting either Flare Blitz or Wild Charge. Like, I could have gone to Azumarill predicting the Flare Blitz, but I wasn't sure whether he was going to go for Flare Blitz or Wild Charge. It turns out in the end, he goes for Extreme Speed, and even after the Intimidate, that does a hell of a lot of damage to me. I don't see Life Orb Recoil. I'm assuming that this is a banded Arcanine, and I'm able to take 2 just because of my Intimidate helping me out there, and do manage to take him out with a Wild Charge. Now, left on a very minuscule amount of HP, this thing is easily going to be able to revenge kill me. So I'm just going to let it do that, waste a little bit more Life Orb Recoil on his end, and just let me go and bring something else in to attack it and kill it. Just the fast-paced game, momentum going, I just want to kill, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm bringing the fucking man again, and the fucking man kills Hitmontop. You cannot stand up to the power of the fucking man. You cannot. He is the man, and he will rule you indefinitely till the end of time. So in comes Weavile, and he's going to pull out a prediction here with the Pursuit, which I guess was relatively obvious. I wasn't going to stay in on a Weavile with Ninjask, especially when Ice Shard is oh so threatening, but I guess, props to him for doing that, and unfortunately I lose my Ninjask. But at this point, really not too much of a bother because Hitmontop can do, Hitmonchan can do some decent work here, kill it with a Mach Punch, and his last, I believe, is a Yanmega, so he's going to do a bit of Protect Stall in there, just for the hell of it, I guess, and eventually going to kill me with Air Slash. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here, but I'll be able to go into Azumarill and Aqua Jet the thing to kill it. So that's pretty much the first game. Just give me a little bit of room to talk here and say, I don't know if I'm going to adapt this team. I probably will adapt it to make it better, but, you know, I just kind of threw 5 guys and a Gigalith together. I'm sure I can do a lot better. I just was like, you know, whatever. I just want to do quick games. I want to just snappy games and get them done, get them out of the way, and it turned out to be pretty fun. Like, this team is a lot of fun to use, and what I really want to do is have a more, you know, deep focus on priority, because I think priority is something that's really underrated in general. Not from like a standpoint of just having it on a team. I mean, you always have to have it on a team, but I mean, making a team based around priority, I think that would be pretty damn cool. So I'm probably going to try and do that and adapt it and see how it goes from there. So yeah, that was the first match. Second match is a bit more tough for me, mainly because he has things like Empoleon and Mew and Rotom Heat, which are kind of defensive things that can be a bit of a pain to take out, not easily one-shotted, but I'll see how I can work my way around it. So lead off with the Gigalith again, just going to get rocks on the field. Really crucial to get rocks down early as possible, because, you know, with priority going in my favor, I want to be able to, you know, if I'm going on a sweep with something, not be stopped by stupid, like, whatever the hell. But Stealth Rock is good just to get up, so there you go. So I get it up, he goes into P2 on the Volt Switch, and P2 is going to be a bit of a pain. That thing is really freaking bulky as hell, so I want a Toxic Kick, and I do have Toxic, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to trade status for status and get some poison going on there. Now, because Gigalith is poisoned at this point, I really don't feel a need to keep it alive. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait for him to kill me, or wait for poison to kill me, get off as many rock slides as I can in the process. But I'm cut short and I never get to get any rock slides off ever, apparently, because my Gigalith has something about crits that he kind of likes. So that's 2 games in a row now that he has been critted. Not great whatsoever. So I go into the fucking man and I'm like, you know what, I want to see how much U-turn does, and that does nothing. So I'm like, well, this is probably a lot more physically defensive than specially defensive as a Porygon 2 goes. Now, I knew he had Ice Beam, and I'm pretty sure he had the T-Bolt / Discharge as well, and the issue there was he going to go for the Discharge or was he going to go for the Ice Beam? And I predicted the Ice Beam. Had I gone to Nidoking and taken the Discharge, that would have been a lot more favourable, but unfortunately Azumarill will get smacked with a Discharge, and that is not going to be good whatsoever. So I go into Nidoking here on the switch to Mew as a double switch, and it's pretty much the worst switch imaginable, like, in the history of life, because I have nothing that can safely switch in on a Psychic, and I'm kind of effed up the A because I really couldn't do anything. I just had to let Nidoking die, that's what happens when you run offensive teams. You don't have any defensive thing to go to, and you have to sacrifice stuff. So I knew Ninjask was very necessary for me, just because he has Mew there, and Mew is going to be a pain in the ass. I know that Choice Band, U-Turn, or Night Slash, or whatever, will be able to deal with it pretty easily. So that's what I do. I go for Night Slash. He kind of just throws away P2. Death Fodder at this point. It is toxic. It's not really salvageable. So it makes sense that he would do that. Now in comes Empoleon. Clearly I'm Choice Band locked. I don't want to be staying in here, but I'm going to go out to my Hitmonchan. Hopefully don't get a Scald Burn from him, but he decides to Roar instead, which I find relatively strange, relatively speaking. Yeah, he roars me out to Arcanine, which is like the perfect thing to come on Empoleon, because of course I have Wild Charge and I have Close Combat, and I really should have gone for the Close Combat here. I'm not quite sure as to why I went for Wild Charge. I potentially thought that he may, I have no idea, go to Rotom. No, the Rotom isn't Ghost type anymore, dude. What am I doing? But the fact that he gets Stealth Rock out there is really going to cripple me quite a bit, because that's going to be a pain in the ass. I think the reason I went for Wild Charge was I thought that Close Combat wouldn't kill, and therefore he would be able to kill me with a Scald because of the special defense drop. Basically, it was my thought process there, which was kind of stupid, because Wild Charge almost kills it, so clearly Close Combat would have killed it. So that's just a real pain in the ass. It really doesn't help that I went for that instead, because now Stealth Rock are out, Ninjask is going to have a bit of a tough time, doing generally what it wants to do. So in comes Rotom. I'm going to extreme speed it just to get as much damage as I can on it. I know it's scarfed, it's volt switching and stuff, so I'm pretty sure it is. So I just get as much damage as I can on it, let that thing kill me off, and then go into Hitmonchan to revenge it with a Mach Punch. Now in comes Mew. the bane of my effing life at this point, like freaking ruining me completely. I need to have something that can take on Mew because this team just cannot deal with it. It's just not built correctly at all and just doesn't like Mew in any way whatsoever. So I'm gonna have to die. Unfortunately, I do let my my Hitmonchan go down because I have no safe switch into a Psychic. I really don't. So I'm going to go for the U-turn with Ninjask here as he has Mew out, and it's going to take the thing out. The thing's going to die because CB U-turn, son, is the way that we roll and rock and roll in this town all day, all night. Anyway, in comes Azumarill, which is incredible, of course. You know, what other thing would it be? But he has a Whimsicott, and I'm like, wolf. That's the worst thing ever in the history of life. So I decided to go for the double edge because obviously, you know, he resists Aqua Jet and Waterfall, and Superpower is going to constantly lower my offense and my defense. So I didn't want to go for that. Decided to go for the double edge, which is going to break the sub, and I'm hoping above all hopes that this thing doesn't have an offensive move. Yes, an offensive move that would offend me greatly. Unfortunately, he has Giga Drain, which is really going to offend me greatly, and it's going to kill me. So at this point, I only have Ninjask left, and he has 1 HP! He has fucking 1 HP, and all this guy has left is a Whimsicott and a Flygon. I know I can kill Whimsicott with a U-turn. I know. It's a fact. That's how it goes. I'm CB, and that's how I roll. The question is, can I crit the Flygon on the last turn? Can I get vengeance for Gigalith's death earlier with that crit? Can I pull it out the bag and kill him with a U-turn? Will it be done? Shall the fucking man have his day? Will it happen? It doesn't crit him. And he Dragon Claws and kills me. And I probably overhyped that, but it was fun. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed. He's Life Orb and he doesn't kill himself either. If I got a little bit more damage and he Life Orb killed himself, that would have been a draw, and that would have been pretty phenomenal. But unfortunately, it doesn't happen. You had to endure me shouting at the screen for no reason. And there you go. There's your double header for the day. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and you can leave a like if you did enjoy. That would help me out. I can't. I'm just laughing at myself. What the fuck was that? Yeah. Check out the social links at the Twitter, Facebook, and Tumblr.coms respectively, and I'll see you guys pretty soon. I'll probably be streaming because I'm back home now, so look out for that, and yeah, catch you guys later. Bye.